Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. Jose Mourinho to Chelsea, round 3. I'm going to entertain this for a video today. I'm going to give my thoughts on it. But again, before we do get into anything, make sure you're subscribed to this football channel so that Chelsea channel really, so that we're on the way to 250,000 subscribers. 250,000 Chelsea fans in one place that isn't the Chelsea YouTube channel. I would be gassed to reach that milestone, so make sure you help me out, subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoy this, and let me know in the comments down below, is there any feasibility to Jose Mourinho ever coming back to Chelsea, let alone in the foreseeable future, for a third stint as Chelsea manager? It sounds a bit ridiculous, however, the news is that Mourinho wants a return to Chelsea. This has been reported by the Mail Online. I'm also going to read out a couple of other stories regarding this one now and a couple of other reports. But Jose Mourinho has an ideal scenario in his head that he'll become Chelsea manager for the third time. And now, of course, it's very important here to remember before we go into the pros and cons of this, that Todd Boehly, Clear Lake Capital, the Chelsea board, have made it evidently clear that they intend to stick with Graham Potter. Let's remind ourselves why. The Chelsea board have come in, new ownership, we want to see the club ran in a different way, heading with the same idea of success direction-wise, but the way that we go about that success has become a paramount important thing to change in terms of the DNA and makeup of the club. Todd Boehly wants to look and see Graham Potter as a man who, in terms of fulfilling a long-term project, is someone progressive, is a younger manager with more of a progressive outlook as to how football is played on the field, how players are managed, and in a new footballing age, Jose Mourinho has been seen as an outdated figure in football management for a while now. People have said that there was always the Guardiola versus Mourinho debate, and then Guardiola just kept on winning Premier League titles for Man City. Mourinho succeeded in my book at Man United, but left Man United, went to Tottenham, didn't win them a trophy, left Spurs as well, and has ended up at Roma. Not doing an awful job, but Mourinho's stock, I guess you could say, as a contemporary footballing manager, considered as one of the best, has gone down significantly. You've had Jurgen Klopp bring success to Liverpool with a long-term project, Guardiola bring success to City with a long-term project, and in the meantime, Mourinho has just kind of been fluttering around everywhere. Some would consider everything a failure. United, Spurs. I don't think United is a failure. I think Mourinho did a very good job at Man United to get them in second, to win them a trophy. And then Tottenham, well, it's always destined to fail at Spurs, because if you're a manager and you end up there, you're only ever going to be considered a failure because the whole club is a failure. End of that story. But is there any feasibility here? We've got to foreshadow, potentially, even though we got 4 points from our last 2 games, we did score 1, we conceded 0. Graham Potter has bought himself some time in the eyes of the fans with the last 2 results. You go to Anfield and you get a draw. No one's going to be calling for your head as a result of that result. You don't get that. Now we've had a break where we've got no football this weekend. We've got Fulham next weekend. And off the field, Chelsea have been doing so much business that there is a buzz around the football club again. We're seeing players that we've signed like Mudryk come in, doing extra work in the training ground. And once again, Chelsea fans, we've managed to shove all of that negativity of an awful run of results to the back of our brains once again. And we're optimistically looking forward with life under Graham Potter. And now all of a sudden, Jose Mourinho is reportedly eager to return to England next season, and his representatives have let Chelsea know that he would be interested in a third spell at Stamford Bridge. However, the club have made it clear that they intend to stick by Graham Potter. This comes from Matt Hughes from the Daily Mail. So, is there any world where this is feasible? Well, a world where this is feasible is a world where, hopefully not, but Chelsea continue to show the same levels of form, performances and results that we've seen all season so far for the remainder of this season, having already gone out there and spent money. I think when we think about the balancing seesaw, let's say, of Graham Potter, if you can imagine this analogy, Graham Potter has got, he's sat here at the top of the seesaw because Todd Boehly's come in, he's been given the go-ahead as that long-term manager where we're going to back the manager, we're going to back him with funds, we're going to back him where results don't go well, we're not going to do what Roman Abramovich did. Graham Potter is there. All of a sudden the fans are fuming that we sacked Thomas Tuchel and then nothing really happens results-wise, performance-wise, so Graham Potter is slowly starting to hover down here, and I'm sure, regardless of whatever that long-term project is at Chelsea, Todd Boehly, Clear Lake Capital, the board are looking at this and they're saying, the fans aren't happy. We're not really happy either because we've spent hundreds of millions, thought this guy was the right guy to come in and do the job, and the results aren't improving, performances aren't improving, everyone's unhappy. So what do? In January, we go out there and we seriously back the manager. I almost said severely again. We seriously back the manager once more. We spend unprecedented amounts of money in January. Some players are joining next year, Nkunku, Malagusto, or next season in a few months' time. But a lot of the players join now. And hypothetically, over the course of the next couple of months, I hate to say this, and I really hope this isn't the case, but maybe results don't improve, and then Graham Potter, who's hovering about here right now, from here, he's about here. Maybe the board look at this, they look at Jose Mourinho basically handing himself on a silver platter to Chelsea saying, you know what, I'm not done yet. There is life left in the old dog. He was only 60 this week. He turned 60 years old. Can you guys believe that? But maybe there is a world where it doesn't go well for Potter, and then Mourinho is just like, hello mate, how you doing, Mr. Todosaurus Rex? Put me in there. I'm not extinct yet. I kind of love it from a narrative side of things, which I know some of you hate the fact that sometimes I buy into the romantic side of Chelsea, the romantic side of football. But Mourinho's not doing a bad job at Roma. And once more, an important point to make here, if they just simply see Graham Potter as not the man, I hope Graham Potter is the man. Just to clarify, we've been through it already this month. I really want Potter to succeed, and I believe now he's been back this much, not only is there no option but to succeed, but I think he's now got the tools available to him. He has to have the tools available to him from what we've done in the window. The tools are available, but if Mourinho was in the same boat where he's been backed, he's got a load of real top quality players now. As we've seen in the news video earlier today, we have got a defence line, and Mourinho's always built everything off of a solid back line. We have got, on paper, brilliant backup in the fullback positions, great backup with youngsters coming through in centre-back, trying to achieve top targets to improve the Chelsea midfield, and we've gone out and splashed hundreds of millions on super glistening shiny attackers. Everything is set up for a manager to succeed now at Chelsea. It really is. We've got the personnel. And maybe, if it doesn't go well for Potter, Mourinho, as a manager, given a project and time, I wonder what he could do with this Chelsea team. I really do. I want to make it clear that I'm not saying, because I'm all excited about seeing Mourinho flirt with Chelsea again, I want Potter to go and I want Mourinho win. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I also do hold in the forefront of my mind that I do believe a lot of Mourinho's managerial strategies have now become outdated, which is why we've seen dominance from Guardiola, dominance from Jurgen Klopp, and you could even throw in managers like Potter achieving at Brighton, managers like De Zerbi going to Brighton and achieving, managers like Thomas Frank going in at Brentford and throwing the kitchen sink really at the Premier League and succeeding as a result of doing so. So I certainly think that the Mourinho that we have now, where he's 60 years old, is not quite the Mourinho of stint number 1. And then stint number 2, it also did end very sourly. There were brilliant highs, but there were also dramatic lows. If lightning doesn't strike in the same place twice, we can also argue that it certainly won't strike in the same place 3 times. Will it? I don't know. But the news is, Mourinho wants a return to Chelsea. I thought I would try and entertain the potential, the possibility of that in a video here today. Please let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. I want to make it clear that I don't want to keep fueling any kind of negative agenda against Graham Potter. This is just news that has come out, and this is a Chelsea channel where I give my opinions on news, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is it feasible? But I just personally believe that we can't go any lower than we have so far this season. I think Potter's been back now. I still back him as a manager, and I think the players that have come in are good enough players to drag Chelsea from the precarious realms of 10th, and at least between now and the end of the season we can see an upward trajectory with Graham Potter at the helm, and Chelsea can finish the second half of the season far stronger than we have seen from the first half of the season. Mourinho back to Chelsea. I don't know, man. It sounds cool, but is it really possible? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe to GBFC if you are new around here, and let's see if we sign anyone else between now and the end of the transfer window. We're a hectic club. We're a crazy club. It's a hectic transfer window, and there's not many days left, so stay tuned to GBFC. Come on, you Blues.